Well, that didn't last long. After only a few days, ABC has decided to bring back Jimmy Kimmel after initially taking him off the air indefinitely over pressure from the FCC. So I'm going to get to the reaction from, or I should say, the statement from ABC and their decision, how absurd it is. I'll also get to the clip again that helped to lead to this situation, as well as what actually led to them bringing back Jimmy Kimmel. And I'll get to a clip from The View as well, which I think is worth bringing into the story. But first, headline here from New York Times: Jimmy Kimmel's show to return to ABC on Tuesday night. This is a statement from ABC. Last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. An emotional moment for our country. Okay. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. Oh, we'll get to the clip and how absurd that is. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy. And after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. What a load of horse shit. They pulled the show off the air after they faced pressure from the FCC, the potential of them not having their merger approved or their acquisition approved that they were trying to get through, in addition to the possibility of them getting their license pulled. That is why they caved. It has nothing at all to do with the insensitive comments, because we're going to show the clip how absurd it is. There was even reporting about executives within the company saying there's nothing wrong with this, but they decided to pull the show anyways because they were afraid of the FCC working against them. So this gets to the clip again. This is what happened. This was the whole clip.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
The show wasn't pulled because of anything Jimmy Kimmel said. It was pulled because Donald Trump looks like a jackass. A man who is unable to empathize even with somebody that he knew personally who dedicated his life to defending him. Asked about how he's holding up. Oh, I'm doing great. Check out the ballroom. Like, he's just unable to empathize at all, even pretend to empathize. He just does not know how to do that. Even recently, there was a clip about the memorial, and he's asked about how are you feeling about this memorial. He said, "Oh, it's going to be a day of celebration or whatever." Like, he doesn't care. I mean, speaking of that memorial, my God, the fireworks on stage, like it was like a WWE event. It was ridiculous. But anyways, putting all that aside, this is what led to Disney bringing the show back. This is the reality of it. This is a corporation. So there was pushback initially from the stars of Disney shows like She-Hulk, Rosie O'Donnell. Others issue call to boycott Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN. And then this letter came out. Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep, and hundreds of other stars signed letter backing Jimmy Kimmel. This, in addition to the reality that they were facing $4 billion in losses just in the last few days, and that was only going to grow. That's why it's coming back. The combination of the pressure from Hollywood not wanting to work or have any association with ABC and Disney, and the combination of them losing all this money. That's why it's coming back. It has nothing to do with, we had really delicate conversations with Jimmy Kimmel, and we've decided to get the fuck out of here. Just a load of bullshit. Now, this also gets to why you can't give in to these people. Just after Kimmel was canceled, the FCC chair then went on discussing how maybe we should look at The View.
And I think it's worthwhile to have the FCC look into whether The View and some of these other programs that you have still qualify as bona fide news programs and therefore exempt from the equal opportunity regime that Congress has put in place.
Now, one wild element of this is that The View had not yet spoke about what happened. So they had a pre-recorded show on Friday, but apparently on Thursday they were aware of what happened. It was recorded that day. They could have commented on it. They didn't. But today they did. So this is how they opened the show.
Did y'all really think we weren't going to talk about Jimmy Kimmel? I mean, have you watched the show over the last 29 seasons? So you know, no one silences us. And to all my friends in Italy who reached out, you have to know it's okay. We're still here. We're still broadcasting. And when the news broke last week about Jimmy Kimmel's suspension, we took a breath to see if Jimmy was going to say anything about it first. We did the same thing with Stephen Colbert. Then our show was on tape on Friday. But we are live here today, and we're getting into it now. Okay? You cannot like a show. Now, I want to make sure I got this right. To be clear, you cannot like a show and it can go off the air. Someone can say something they shouldn't and get taken off the air, but the government cannot apply pressure to force someone to be silenced.
So good on them, I suppose, for saying something. I will say that prepared statement there on the prompter was a bit odd, but she is correct to state the difference between culturally something being canceled, cancel culture, if you will, and the government coming in and putting pressure on the FCC to cancel or to threaten a station to cancel a show. Those are two very different things. But this is why you can't give these people, an inch, because they'll try and take a mile. Last thing I want to share here is this reaction from the producer of Charlie Kirk's show, saying Disney and ABC caving and allowing Kimmel back on the air is not surprising, but it's their mistake to make. Nexstar and Sinclair do not have to make the same choice. So they're essentially saying that the affiliates don't need to air Kimmel, even if ABC and Disney decide to bring Kimmel back. I mean, we'll see how that goes. I tend to think that they're not going to cave to Trump, and they're going to just be the affiliate that they are and air the show. But we'll see how all that plays out. It is hilarious to witness. I mean, hilarious, I guess, is the nicest way of putting it. But just the right-wing support for government canceling of a television show. Like, these are the people that claim to be about free speech, which, of course, we always knew was bullshit. But in case you didn't know they were full of shit, I hope you know now that they were always full of shit. They are fully in support of the government coming in and controlling media, controlling the airwaves, controlling the news. And it is absolutely absurd for anyone to think that they care about speech in any way at all.